Westfield Insurance. Sharing knowledge, building trust.
Roger, roll maneuver.
It's the Westfield Insurance Brain Game. And now your host, Chris Wright.
Hello again and welcome to the first round competition here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We've got Monrovia taking on Decatur Central. Going to have a fantastic game today. Thank you for joining us here on the program. Before we get our game started, let me first introduce you to our judge from the University of Indianapolis, a fine academic institution on the southeast side of town. Dr. Dave Wantz, the Wizard of Knowledge, joins us as our judge today. Welcome back, Dr. Dave, and welcome to you both teams. Thank you for coming down. Trent, Sammy, Daniel, and Fred, and Lydia, Daniel, Matt, and Robbie. We call this Daniel with Decatur Center the boss. So let's get the game started. Here we go. Name the method of increasing the thrust of a gas turbine engine by spraying additional fuel into the hot exhaust duct between the turbojet and the tailpipe. Robbie?
Turbocharging?
Not correct. Decatur Central? Correct answer is afterburning. When a crate is pushed up a ramp, it moves against three kinds of resistance, including gravity, friction, and what other force? Daniel?
The normal force.
Dr. Dave? Not correct. When a crate is pushed up a ramp, it moves against three kinds of resistance, including gravity, friction, and what other force? Correct answer is inertia. About the same time that Cyrus McCormick was developing his Reaper, what Illinois blacksmith was experimenting with a steel plow design sturdy enough to break the stubborn Midwest soil? Daniel?
John Deere?
John Deere, that's correct. Now, study the monitor and identify the artist responsible for this work. Lydia?
Escher.
Escher, that is correct. Which Rocky Mountain state extends farthest east? Trent?
Washington?
Not correct. Daniel?
Idaho?
Colorado is the correct answer. It tends to hang on tenaciously when it bites and must be carefully removed to prevent its teeth from remaining embedded in the skin. Name this poisonous lizard of the American Southwest. Tends to hang on tenaciously when it bites and must be removed carefully to prevent its teeth from remaining embedded in the skin. Name this poisonous lizard of the American Southwest. Daniel?
The Gila?
Can I have more?
Lizard?
Not correct. Decatur Central? Sammy?
Gila monster.
Gila monster is the correct answer. By the 1700s, people of mixed race became the majority of Latin American society. Mulattoes were of black and white ancestry. Those of Indian and white background were known by what name? Matt?
Mestizos?
Yes. After 3 weeks of the NFL season, only one AFC team remains unbeaten. Name this surprising team. Sammy?
The Bills.
Buffalo Bills, that is correct. Now we go to a spelling one for you. A spinning move in classical dance. Spell pirouette. Robbie?
Pirouette.
That is correct. What name is given to the sides of a stream channel? What name is given to the sides of a stream channel? Sammy?
Banks.
That is correct. Imposing restrictions on First Amendment freedoms, such as making a speech or publishing a book, before those activities have actually been carried out, is called what? Correct answer is, Matt?
Prior restraint?
Yes. Now we go to a bonus qualifier. Pure silver may be found associated with pure gold in the form of an alloy called what? Robbie?
Platinum?
Not correct. Pure silver may be found associated with pure gold in the form of an alloy called what? Decatur Central? Correct answer is electrum. In The Lord of the Flies, Jack says, "You can feel as if you're not hunting but being hunted, as if something's behind you all the time in the jungle." Now this suggests that he could be suffering from what psychological disorder? Trent?
Schizophrenia?
Not correct. Monrovia? Lydia?
Paranoia.
Paranoia is the correct answer there. What are the two main political parties of Canada? Correct answer is liberals and conservatives. What musical term indicates playing the notes of a chord separately in rapid succession rather than simultaneously? Daniel?
A trill?
Not correct. Musical term indicates playing the notes of a chord separately in rapid succession rather than simultaneously. Correct answer is arpeggio. Next question now for both teams. Monrovia has the lead. The score is 5-4. Name the antioxidant linked to vitamin A that is found in brightly colored fruits and vegetables. Correct answer is beta-carotene. In how many ways can the letters in any three-letter word be arranged? Sammy?
9.
Not correct. Monrovia? Correct answer is 6. The word nominates is an anagram for what U.S. state? Lydia?
Minnesota.
Yes. 15 of the 19 September 11th hijackers were of what nationality? Correct answer is Saudi Arabian. And now we go to today's face-off. The category is borders. I need you to name the state after I tell you which states border it. For Trent and for Lydia, this state is bordered by Montana, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Nevada, and Wyoming. Trent?
Nebraska?
Not correct. Lydia?
Idaho.
Idaho, that's correct. Now for Sammy and for Daniel. This state is bordered by Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Daniel?
Kansas?
Not correct. Sammy? Correct answer is Arkansas. Now for Daniel and for Matt. This state is bordered by Minnesota, Michigan, Iowa, and Illinois. Daniel?
Iowa?
Not correct. Matt?
Wisconsin?
Yes. And now for Fred and for Robbie. This state is bordered by New York, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. Robbie?
Pennsylvania.
Not correct. Fred? Correct answer is Connecticut. The score is 8-4 here in first round competition here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game, but things changed very quickly with the minute quiz. We'll do that after the break, so stay with us.
Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Westfield Insurance Brain Game.
And the first round competition continues here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game. Monrovia has the lead. So packet A or packet B, Daniel?
Packet A.
Okay, here we go, the minute quiz. Mount Blanc is the highest peak in what mountain range?
Pass.
In what year did the Great Depression begin in America?
1929.
Complete this proverb. To err is human.
Pass.
Members of the Society of Friends are known by what more common name?
Quakers.
If the perimeter of a square is 24, what is its area?
36.
In what state would one find Mount Palomar and the Mount Wilson observatories?
Pass.
Who founded the American Federation of Labor?
Pass.
Complete this proverb. The opera isn't over until...
The fat lady sings.
Very good. And Sammy, you'll have packet B.
Darn.
What comic strip deals with daily life in the Bumstead family?
Pass.
What animal is nicknamed the ship of the desert?
Pass.
The name of what state is a Spanish word for flowery?
Arizona.
Who was the first European explorer to reach South America?
Pass.
Complete this proverb. The road to hell is paved with?
Gold.
What type of lawsuit would likely be brought by a large number of people against a single entity?
Class lawsuit.
Give the correct name of the body part known as the windpipe.
Trachea.
In what ocean is the island of Mauritius located?
Pass.
Okay. Now the score is 12-6. Next question is for both teams, and it's worth 1 point. Your binoculars are marked 8 by 50. The second number indicates the diameter of the objective lens. What is indicated by the first number? Matt?
Diameter of the image?
Not correct. Correct answer is magnification. What is shown by a bathymetric chart? Correct answer is ocean depth. Journalists from the BBC recently spent time in Carmel, Indiana to report on how what phenomenon is spreading to America. Correct answer is Robbie?
Doctor Who.
Not correct. Nice work, though. Correct answer is traffic roundabouts. How many total seats does Indiana have in Congress? Daniel?
3.
Not correct. Daniel?
8.
Correct answer is 11. 9 representatives and 2 senators. Now we go to a bonus qualifier. Name the wife of Pharaoh Akhenaten, who ruled Egypt in the 14th century BC. Name the wife of the Pharaoh Akhenaten, who ruled Egypt in the 14th century BC. Trent?
Cleopatra.
Not correct. Monrovia? Daniel?
Nefertiti.
That is correct. Pick your category for 2 points.
Science and math.
Here we go. Name the element with an atomic weight of almost exactly 9. Name the atomic element. Name the element with an atomic weight of almost exactly 9. Need an answer, please?
Chlorine. Chlorine.
Correct answer is beryllium. Next question is for both teams and is 1 point. Monrovia holding on to their 13-6 lead. What leader of the pop art movement worked in a silver-colored studio called The Factory in New York City? Lydia?
Andy Warhol.
Yes. In which cardinal direction is Nepal from Bhutan? In which cardinal direction is Nepal from Bhutan? Daniel?
West.
Yes. Some varieties grow to heights of 15 feet. Name these plants of the daisy family cultivated for their edible seeds. Daniel?
Sunflowers.
Yes. And upon that note, we'll check our score. Monrovia has the lead, and they'll go on to the next round. The Pike Red Devils join us after the break. I want to thank Decatur Central for coming down and giving us a great game. The first round competition continues here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game in just a minute, so stay with us.
Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Westfield Insurance Brain Game.
And the first round competition resumes here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game. I want to welcome the Pike Red Devils. Thank you, Brandon, Matthew, Levi, and Derek for coming down and participating today. And let's resume our game once again. What instrument measures the external diameters of pipes, logs, or bullets? What instrument measures the external diameters of pipes, logs, or bullets? Correct answer is calipers. Wrenches, crowbars, wheelbarrows, and nutcrackers are examples of what type of simple machine? Levi?
Lever.
Yes. Someone who rudely insults a judge in a courtroom commits what offense? Matt?
Contempt of court.
Yes. What famous hill would you associate with the Wright brothers? Daniel?
Kitty Hawk.
Not correct. Matthew?
Kill Devil Hill.
Kill Devil Hill, that is the correct answer. So here's a spelling one for you. A large, heavy knife, spell machete. Matthew?
Machete.
That is correct. Now the score is 3-1. A sentence consisting of 2 independent clauses and 1 or more dependent clauses. Levi?
Complex. Compound. Compound, well, both. Compound, complex.
That is correct. Listen to the following selection and identify this work by Debussy. Levi?
Claire de Lune.
That is correct. The surprise winner of a recent GOP presidential straw poll in Florida was what former Godfather's Pizza CEO? Daniel?
Herman Cain.
That is correct. Fairly regular EEG waves between 8 to 12 per second that characterize a relaxed waking state are what kind of waves? Fairly regular EEG waves between 8 to 12 per second that characterize a relaxed waking state are what kind of waves? Matthew?
Delta waves.
Not correct. Monrovia? Correct answer is alpha waves. Measuring only 3 apples high, what blue mushroom dwelling, Robbie?
Smurfs.
You really know your Smurfs, okay. Nice work, my friend. In the story of Baron Munchausen, he pulls himself out of a swamp by the straps of his footwear. This is where what computer term came from? Matthew?
Reboot.
Not correct. Monrovia? Matt?
Boot up.
Correct answer is booting. We would have also accepted bootstrapping. A pilot who says he or she has turned to 270 degrees is now heading in what direction? Levi?
South.
Not correct. Monrovia? Robbie?
West.
Yes, west is the correct answer. Now study the monitor and give the best definition for the word conduit. Levi?
Tube.
That is correct. What policy regarding international relations was supported by George Washington's advice to steer clear of permanent alliances and Thomas Jefferson's warning against entangling alliances? Matt?
Farewell address.
Not correct. What policy regarding international relations was supported by George Washington's advice to steer clear of permanent alliances and Thomas Jefferson's warning against entangling alliances? Brandon?
Neutrality.
Correct answer is isolationism. Now we go to a bonus qualifier. Many solutions have been proposed to what story left incomplete at Charles Dickens' death? The answer there, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Next question now for both teams. What element is more abundant in saturated fats than unsaturated fats? Levi?
Hydrogen.
Yes. During World War II, on walls, sidewalks, windows, billboard fences, and just about anywhere in the European and Pacific theaters were drawings saying, "Who was here?" Levi?
Uncle Sam.
Not correct. Monrovia? Correct answer is Kilroy. What letter stands for the irrational number that is the base of Levi?
E.
Yes. Name the French province that contains the city of Rouen and Cherbourg. Here's a hint for you. It was the site of a major World War II event. Brandon?
Normandy.
Yes, that is correct. Now we go to our face-off. The category is also an animal. Give the word that fits the definition and is also the name of an animal. For Brandon and for Lydia, a score of 2 under par on a golf hole. Brandon?
Eagle.
Yes. Now for Matthew and for Daniel, a unit of computer memory capacity. Daniel?
RAM.
Yes. Now for Levi and for Matt, to win a contest in which your opponent scores no points at all. Correct answer is skunk. Now for Derek and for Robbie, to extend one's neck in an attempt to see something. Robbie?
Giraffe.
Not correct. Derek? Correct answer is a crane. The score is 10-5 here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We'll come back with a minute quiz after the break, so keep watching.
Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Westfield Insurance Brain Game.
With first round competition, we have a score 10-5. The Red Devils have the early lead. So Matthew, for the minute quiz, you like packet A or packet B?
We'll do packet B, please.
Innsbruck and Salzburg are cities in what country?
Switzerland.
What act prohibits federal workers from political campaigning?
Pass.
Busan and Incheon are cities in what nation?
China.
What disease caused Franklin Roosevelt to be crippled?
Polio.
Paintings made on moist plaster are called what?
Fresco.
Fresco.
How many cups are there in one quart?
4.
In what state would one find Fort McHenry?
Maryland.
Who was the first U.S. president to have his photograph taken?
Adams.
What abbreviation is used in footnotes to refer readers to the previous source?
R.E.
R.E.
Correct answer there is Ibit. Now the score is 14-5. And Daniel, you'll have packet A. What name is given to a fungus and an algae living in mutualism?
Symbiotic.
On what continent would you find the nation of Guatemala?
South America.
Which president used the term the new frontier to describe his programs?
Eisenhower.
What classic novel is narrated by a character called Ishmael?
Moby Dick.
The finest caviar is obtained from what type of fish?
Pike.
Name the sweet liquid secreted by flowers and gathered by bees.
Honey.
What major city lies across the Delaware River from Camden, New Jersey?
Pass.
Name the government agreement drawn up aboard the ship by the Pilgrims.
Mayflower Compact.
Very good. Now the score 14-8. Next question is for both teams and is worth 1 point. Jack's credit was inadequate for himself to qualify for a new loan, but he got the loan because his dad also put his signature on the papers.
Co-signing.
Levi, say again, please.
Co-signing.
Yes, that is correct. Study the monitor and identify the major city highlighted on this map. Matthew?
Charleston.
Yes. Who wrote this? The distinguishing feature of communism is not the abolition of property generally, but the abolition of bourgeois property. Daniel?
Karl Marx.
Yes. One day, Farmer Ron noticed that most of the leaves on his plum trees were severely curled. Close inspection revealed huge numbers of tiny green wingless insects called, what, Levi?
Aphids.
Yes. Surrealism evolved in part from what European movement of the early 1920s with the French name for a hobby horse? Surrealism evolved in part from what European movement of the early 1920s with the French name for a hobby horse? Dada is the correct answer there. And now we go to a spelling one for you to recall past experiences. Spell reminisce. Matthew?
R-E-M-I-N-I-S-C-E.
That is correct. Jimmy Carter pardoned approximately 10,000 people in relation to what crime? Jimmy Carter pardoned approximately 10,000 people in relation to what crime? Levi?
Desertion.
Not correct. Monrovia? Matt?
Treason.
Correct answer is draft evasion. When a stage has audience seating on all sides, it is called a... Correct answer is theater in the round. And now we go to a bonus qualifier. A concordat is a formal agreement between a government and the person holding what title? A concordat is a formal agreement between a government and the person holding what title? Matthew?
Ambassador.
Not correct. Monrovia? Correct answer is Pope. The portion of the brain consisting of the thalamus, hypothalamus, and the limbic system is known as either the mesencephalon or what? Robbie?
The cerebrum.
Not correct. Pike? Levi?
Cerebellum.
Midbrain is the correct answer there. What actor recently set a record by hosting NBC's Saturday Night Live for the 16th time? Daniel?
Alec Baldwin.
Yes. And upon that note, we'll take a short break here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We'll check our final score for accuracy. We'll talk about next week's program, so stay with us.
Westfield Insurance Brain Game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Westfield Insurance Brain Game.
Welcome back with a final score of 18-10. Pike goes on to the second round. I want to thank Monrovia for coming down and also Decatur Central. Both teams gave us a great competition today, and thank you at home for watching. We'll see you next time right here on the Westfield Insurance Brain Game.